Hi guys, welcome to Ecuador Homestead. So today we're doing another video on how to do, do it yourself type of video. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to build a bee smoker, okay? Really basic stuff. What I'm trying to do is like make it so if you don't have like too many resources to go get stuff from like Home Depot, you can go buy basic stuff that's easy to find, and you find it in third world country, like a country I live in right now. So we're gonna try to build a bee smoker. Now, one of the biggest problems is the bellow. That is the problem. It's the bellow. It's not the can, because the bellow, it's just a little bit difficult. For the can, you can just go get a can. I mean, you just go get a store-bought can, drill a few holes in it, and you're done. The bellow is the problem. So I'm gonna show you what I've done so far, and I'm gonna continue working on it, and then yeah, I'm gonna walk you through it. Okay, so first, actually, what you're gonna need is some plastic. You can do this with a plastic bag even as well. You don't necessarily need duct tape, but it's just good to have it. But if you don't have it, you don't need it. Staples, good to have, definitely. Hammer, of course. Screwdriver. I used a knife. That's not necessary if you don't need it. Whatever. But okay, so now notice, okay, the boards aren't straight right now. Okay, they're not really cut straight. I had a hard time cutting them because they're in the night. I cut them in the night. But anyways, okay, so let me show you what I've done so far. Okay, so these are the springs right here, and then I stapled them on either side to hold them up. Now, what you see, these screws right here, this one right there, my shadow's in the way, but anyways, one right here, and then one right here. Those are like, so it'll guide the track. So when I put it on there, I'll put it on these, and it'll never come off if the plastics are all around it. Okay, so now this right here is where the air is going to go out. Hinges, of course, I just put like, just save screws. I just put two in every hinge, 2 screws in every hinge. That was good. And then on the other side, I put the 2 blocks. They got to be the same size, pretty much. I mean, so they are not crooked or anything. And then try to cut the pipe near the same size. It's fine if it's a little bit smaller, not too much. Don't do too much smaller, but that's fine. Okay. So this is so far what I've got, and so you just gotta, if I put these in the, like I'm doing this with one hand. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand, but I gotta put this on it. Here, I'll just wait a second. Let me go in and get this done. Okay. I don't know if you can see that, but okay. So I put it in the screw. Now, it doesn't make a noise, but it does make a noise. It's just clicking with the screw, but it's fine. So that's what it's going to be like. So this is going to be this part's going to be connected up to the can right there. That's going to all be on the can, and this is going to be the other side. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and put the plastic on it and get it all secured up. Now, basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to take it all around, put it all the way around the thing, all kind of wrap it top all the way down towards the bottom and up to the top, so it's all the way wrapped around. And I'm going to staple it all the way on the side and then duct tape it as well. But you don't necessarily need to do the duct tape, but you can if it just helps it seal it better. But you can also put the staples closer together if you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and put the plastic on, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. And then after we're done with the bellow, I'll show you how I'm going to connect it onto the thing, onto the can, and we'll get it all connected up and ready to go. So let me go put the plastic on, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so now I am done building it. I've finished it up, I've sealed it all up. I would have to actually say, getting into this project, you might actually need to pick up some duct tape. That's kind of a necessity because, that's what I had to do. Seal it off really well. What I did basically was I stapled it under it, and then I put the duct tape to seal it. So that's what I did. And now you've seen, okay, how much air does it move? Well, I'm gonna point you at the camera at that clover. Let me see if I can. It moves quite a bit. You know, it definitely moves a good bit. So it does work, but it's not like the, you know, something you go get off Amazon. This is like something that if you don't have access to a smoker, you can build one. So that's the first part, the bellow. That is the biggest hurdle. Now you're probably asking, well, eventually the duct tape might unravel. Well, you're just gonna have to redo it, and that's how you're gonna have to do it. But yeah, so far the springs inside hopefully will stay in there. If they come out, you're gonna have to take it all off and go in there and fix it. But the plastic will not allow it, I don't think, to go. It's not gonna allow it to stretch out any further than that, which will mean that it can't go out any further. That the spring that it can't go out any further and get off the screw. So yeah, that's the first part. And I'm gonna go get a can. I'm gonna show you how to hook that up too. So I'm gonna go get it now. So I'm gonna go get it and we'll do it. Okay, so now I got the cans from town, and I'm gonna go in and show you how I'm gonna put these together. So what I'm gonna do is first let me stand this up real quick. Okay, so now I'm gonna put it together kind of like that. That's how this can's gonna go, and the other can is gonna go something like that. Let's see if I can get it into the right area. But it's gonna go on top of it. I can't do that with one hand right now. But anyways, you got a small gap in between here, but that's okay. Actually, I want that to happen because when I cut the hole in it, I'm just gonna leave a little bit of air so then fresh air can come in between it. But you're probably thinking, isn't the air gonna, you know, not go into the hole? And I said, well, not really. And yeah, some of it will not go into the hole, but the average amount of it will probably go, and it'll make enough air for it to be a relatively good size smoker, relatively good smoker. So I've seen somebody do that. It's make it so I think that the air is a little bit cooler inside because you don't want it really hot inside of the bellow. Okay, if you have it really hot inside the bellow, then, I mean, this is plastic, but you know, the other stuff is leather and whatever. But this is plastic, so if it gets to a certain amount of heat, it could possibly melt. But that has to be, you know, relatively hot. But if you have a fire down in here or something, and it's pulling air out of that might be able to do it. Smoke, yeah, it probably might melt it a little bit, make it a little brittle. So I'm gonna go in and screw this together, and then I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Okay, so now what I've done is I've connected the can to the bellow. So now, as you can see, there's the gap right there. I put the hole in there. And so what I did was when I made the hole before I connected it, okay? Then I screwed it to the block. Now I'm not sure if I'm gonna use the second one. I was thinking I was gonna use it because thinking I was gonna get a bigger can, but then I decided against it. I could only get these. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna cut this one a good bit lower, so I just have this top and just use this as a top. So that's what I'm gonna do. Now you're probably asking, okay, how did you secure it? How did you get that good angle? Well, as you can see, it's an angle, but you also say that's hard to do when it's at an angle and you're trying to do metal. What I did was before I put it on, I measured where the middle of this block was, and then I nailed a nail into the metal, and then through the other side I was able to screw it, which made it a lot easier. Screw it with an angle with the screwdriver. I don't know if you'll be able to do it with the drill, but you'll definitely be able to do it with the screwdriver. And I use a pretty crappy one, so you'll be able to do that. So that's what I've done so far. Now people, you're probably thinking, can you use nails? You'd have to get very nifty, and it would be pretty hard because you're having to bang it against the bellow. It just wouldn't be very easy. So I suggest screws because they're easier to work with. But if you don't have them, try a nail. I mean, if you can get your hand on a screw, then use screws. But anyways, and so you think, does it produce enough air into the thing? Yes, it does. There is a little bit of air that does come on the side, like I said. The average amount of it doesn't. It works pretty good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. So now what you gotta do next is I'm gonna cut this right about somewhere around here, I think. And then I'm gonna put this, then I'm gonna put it on top, and I'll find a way so I can click it on something. I'm thinking probably what I'll be able to do is I'll be able to cut it and it'll click into the groove, which, you know, then I can figure out something from there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go cut that. Okay, so now I finished it. All finished up. I'm gonna actually eventually upgrade right here to leather, but right now I'm just showing this is more of a if you can't get to conveniences, you can do this. So anyways, I wanted to show you what I've done so far. Now also things I gotta tell you about that we need to change. Okay, so like first one thing I did was put the pipe, and I did plastic pipe, but just put it in for now. But anyways, you actually need to do metal pipe. Make sure you don't do plastic pipe, or don't even put a pipe in. Okay, now the next thing, so I put the clips on like that, so you can clip it on like that and turn it on or turn it over. So that's nice. I already put a fire in here, but also what you need to do is put a wire mesh down here so that the fire can't go through it. So the air can go through it, and make it so the fire can't like be when you do like this, then you suck back in. It sucks some of the sparks into this. So you want to put something in there like a chamber gate or fire gate. That's what it's called, fire gate in there, so that some of the debris doesn't get sucked in there. So that's what you need to do. That's also what you need to do. Also, another thing that you need to do is right here. This gets burnt a lot, and you need to put a piece of metal here. I'm gonna put a piece of metal here eventually, and that'll help a lot. Maybe something on here because this is getting a little burnt. I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, this is so far that I already tried it out. It works. There's nothing wrong with the smoker at all. The only thing that is wrong is me. I can't light the thing really well. And so when I went the first time, I guess I didn't do it on the bees, I just practiced. And it did pretty well. I mean, I put out a bunch of smoke. The second time though, when I went to go do the bees, I didn't get enough smoke in there. And I opened it up and they completely were all over me. Oh man, all over me. So make sure that you smoke it good enough. I'm not a professional smoker, but one thing I do think you should use is newspaper. That produces a lot of smoke. Bamboo, I did use some bamboo, but that's not very helpful. Maybe leaves, a bunch of leaves would do. This is mostly bamboo and newspaper. I use bamboo and newspaper to do it because we have a lot of bamboo around here. But that's basically the smoker right there. So that's it altogether. I might eventually, like I said, upgrade to a leather thing. Eventually, that might be eventually I gotta price the leather and figure out what the price is, and then maybe possibly I can buy into that and do that. So that's it all together. And so also what I'm thinking I might do is actually take out the screws and push in the sides. So this will connect, this will click on the outside, not on the inside. So if I push the sides in like this with a, I'll have a tool to do that or something. But you push it all in, then this could fit. This could fit on. So that is basically the smoker. Okay. So please subscribe for more videos like this one. And I'll see you next time on Ecuador Homestead.